All right, so today we're in a neighborhood that's in the north part of San Antonio. So if you like tranquility, mature oak trees, and a solid neighborhood that's been around for a while, well, you're gonna absolutely love this. It's centrally located to many things like Boerne, Texas, New Braunfels, and if you like water, Canyon Lake is just minutes down the road. So today I'm taking you to Encino Park. Hey there, my name is Jesse Lopez. I'm the owner of Blue Utopia Realty here in San Antonio, Texas. If this is the first time you're meeting me, hey, I'm glad to have you. If you're an ongoing subscriber and supporter of this channel, I thank you so much because I couldn't do it without you. But if you are looking for information, you're moving to San Antonio, then you hit the right channel. This is the one for you. I cover all these neighborhoods in San Antonio and I give it to you, right? The good, the bad, the ugly. I'm not going to hold anything back. I want you to know everything you need to know to make a good decision when you're moving to San Antonio. So if that's something that you're looking for, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button and tap on that bell so you're notified every single time I put out a new video. And again, if you're military and you're moving here, you got to give me a call because I served 23 years in the military, and that's kind of why I made this channel, because I moved a lot and I made a lot of mistakes, and I want to help you not make the same mistakes. So do me a favor again, subscribe, get a hold of me if I can help you in any way. Encino Park is located in north central San Antonio, right outside Loop 1604. It's really just across the highway 281 from Stone Oak. So if you haven't seen my video on Stone Oak, you can check it out here or here. I don't know. I never know where they're going to be at. But anyway, it's in a north central part of San Antonio. You're about 9 miles away from the airport and about another 15 miles from downtown San Antonio. 281 is the highway that just intersects between Encino Park and Stone Oak. And it used to have all this congestion and all this construction going on, but I'm glad to report that that is all over. So commuting back and forth from downtown San Antonio into Stone Oak or Encino Park, which is on the other side of the highway, is really simple. Not only that, everything you need is here. Like you can see behind me, we have some shopping, we have parks, we have all kinds of stuff. Some of the biggest points of interest near Encino Park are going to be the town of Boerne, which is a German town just about 27 miles away. New Braunfels, another German town, which is also about 27 miles away. And then you have, if you love water, Canyon Lake is another 27 miles away. So any direction that you go 27 miles, or if you go south into downtown, that's only going to be a couple less miles there. But the average household income of people that live here in Encino Park is about $119,000 per year, and the average age is 39. People that live in Encino Park that are 18 years and younger is about 24%, which is on par with the national average. And 65 and over is about 15%, which is also pretty much on par for the national average. As far as employers go, the major employers are going to be the JW Marriott, which is a great place to go to. We'll talk a little bit more about that here in a second. And two of the biggest hospitals that are here in this area are Methodist Stone Oak and North Central Baptist. Not only that, there's a ton of other smaller clinics, you know, from physical therapy, audiology, and all the other different medical fields that you can find work in and around this place. And if that's not something that you're into, right, or maybe you're not in the medical field, like I said, downtown is just straight down 281. You can get into downtown or any other part of San Antonio using Loop 1604. So living in this area is pretty good. So let's talk about the different points of interest. Canyon Lake, if you like to go out and be on the water, Canyon Lake's going to be your best bet. We have a couple of other lakes in San Antonio, like Broadneck Lake and Calaveras Lake. Those are basically just fishing spots. And we also have Medina Lake, which is at a low level right now. I don't think it's going to survive. It's so hot out here. The water's evaporating. There's no rain coming into the lake. So I think that's going to be probably just a pit by, the next 5-10 years. So Canyon Lake is probably your best bet. There's a lot of recreational things to do there. And if you're an outdoors person, you're going to love it. Speaking of outdoors, there's also other areas that you can frequent. We talked about Stone Oak in the Stone Oak video. There's a Stone Oak Park. We also have another park named Gold Canyon inside the Encino Park neighborhood. All right, so now we're at my favorite part of the video. We're gonna jump in the truck, or we jumped in the truck, and we're gonna drive around a couple of neighborhoods. So what I need to tell you is that it's not just Encino Park, it's also Encino Ranch, Redland Woods, and Redland Ridge. Those are the four neighborhoods that we're going to cover. They all are pretty much the same, but I want to show you the differences between the actual homes. So as we drive along, I'll let you know what neighborhood we're in, and we'll just talk about what we see. So let's go ahead and head on out. Right now we're actually right off of 281, so we're in the northwestern corner of Encino Park and Encino Ridge. So as we head down 281, you'll get to see the highway that you would be using to get into downtown, or coming from downtown into Encino Park. And we're gonna have to do a little turnaround. So hey, guess what? You get to see a little bit of what this place has to offer as far as shopping and conveniences. If I slur a little bit, because I think I am, it's because I just got my braces taken off, and now I have a retainer, and my tongue's getting used to it. So please forgive me if I slur a little bit. I am not drunk. All right, let's go on, head on out here. So as you can see from this angle right here, there's these nice roads. It's kind of like Stone Oak. Stone Oak has the medians, and they do a really good job of keeping up with them, so it looks manicured and all that. So that just goes to show the level of care that the residents take in order to make sure their neighborhood looks nice. Then of course you can see all these other shops that are on here. You got Whataburger. If you don't know what Whataburger is, it's a Texas thing. I think there's a couple of them in, I don't think I know, there's a couple in Florida, because when I used to live there and I travel back and forth from Tampa Bay to San Antonio, we would always stop at the Whataburger in the panhandle of Florida. But yeah, so there's all kinds of things here. There's shopping, there's restaurants, there's a grocery store. So the one thing about living in this area, Encino Park and Encino Ridge, is that all the amenities are going to be on the outskirts of the neighborhood. So what does that mean for you? Walkability is kind of limited unless you live on the outer part of the neighborhood. You won't be able to get to these amenities without a vehicle. So you're kind of car dependent. If you live on the edge of the neighborhood, then you can walk here, you can ride your bike, you can, take a stroll and get to all these amenities. But again, just remember, at the neighborhood, the outlying areas are going to have the more walkability, and the inner parts, where there's going to be, you can walk, it's going to walk a little bit further, but you could still get to all these restaurants and all the things that you could do here. So we're going to make a left here going south on 281, and we're going to hit the heart of Encino Park, and you'll see here in a second. But if you can tell from this angle, the highway, it's fairly new. A lot of the congestion has been eased up. You have these walls on the right hand side, so the residents that are on the other side of the wall don't hear all this traffic. That's a nice feature. I know that a lot of big cities are doing that, so that's good. If you have a home that's on the edge of the community, you don't have to deal with this traffic noise and all that. So we're gonna head over here to Encino Park so we can look at those homes. So the homes that, something that I like about the homes there is that they're very quiet. The neighborhood, even though it's like right off of US Highway 281, the neighborhoods are very quiet. You can hear birds chirping if you walk the streets, and it's just very tranquil. And that's something that I like about San Antonio. You think about us being the 7th largest city in the United States, and you think, rush. You think, busy. And there are some parts of San Antonio that are like that, but a lot of the neighborhoods that I like to cover are not like that, because that's just my personality. I like the tranquil pieces or places, and I want to make sure that I share those with you. I'm not about, just selling you a home. I'm about finding you the perfect place for you to live, because that's the most important thing about buying a home is location. We all heard that adage, right? Location, location, location. You can't change it. What's the point of having a nice home and then you hate the neighborhood? That would be senseless. So that's kind of one of the things that I do for people that call me, people that are relocating here. I actually take the time to show them the neighborhood, to show them, the vibe, if you would, of the neighborhood and what they could expect if they're living there. And believe it or not, there's different neighborhoods for different lifestyles. If you're a young professional and you like walkability and you like to go out to bars and to restaurants, and or you like the outdoors, it's going to be a different vibe. So what vibe is Encino Park? This is absolutely a family type of neighborhood. Like, you don't move into this neighborhood if you don't want to be around children. These are single family homes, which is what you're going to find the majority here. And look, speaking of, there's a lady walking her kids, right, in the stroller. This is not for, I mean, I'm not going to say you can't live here if you're a single guy or a single gal. You can absolutely live here. But my point is that this is where, you're going to find more of a family vibe. Single family homes. There's not a lot of apartments. And if there are, they're going to be on US Highway 281. And that's where you're going to find the apartment living. But as far as homes, single family homes, 1 story, 2 story. So we're going to turn into the neighborhood right here. These neighborhoods were built in the mid 90s. So about 1997, these homes were built. So that's kind of what you're going to see here. But one thing about San Antonio is that the further north you go, the more solid the ground is. So you can bet, like, a lot of these homes are very sturdy. They were built in the 90s, but as you can tell, they still look really good. They don't have any foundation issues, or I should say, for the most part. Obviously, that can differ from house to house, but you can tell the homes are mature trees. It's not like a new build community. If you go to the west and to the south of San Antonio, you're going to find these new build communities that don't have trees, that, the houses are on top of each other. So these houses are not on top of each other. They have a good distance between homes. And the yards are a little bit larger than what you would find as far as a new build goes today. The home prices in this area are not as expensive as Stone Oak. Stone Oak start about $500,000 and they go on up to the millions. This neighborhood, you can find homes starting at about $330,000 right now on the market to about $795,000. Honestly, between you and I saw the $795,000 home, and I think they're way off. Like, I think that maybe would be like a $700,000 home, if that. So, kind of give you an idea, the range is pretty wide. The homes are, built in an average in the 90s, mid 90s, 97, 95. But this is a really nice neighborhood. And one of the things that people always ask me about whenever they're moving here and they want me to help them find the good neighborhood, they're like, hey, Jesse, we want low crime. And low crime, the national average on a scale of 1 to 10, the national average is a 4. And Encino Park and the 3 other surrounding neighborhoods are also at a 4. So some of the areas are 3s, one of them is 5, but the average is 4. So you're going to find a really, really good neighborhood. The homes are very well priced. I mean, for $330,000 in a neighborhood like this, that's unheard of, really. The San Antonio average is about 350, 375. But really, to get into a nice neighborhood like these, you're looking at minimum 400, 450, maybe $500,000. So that was that right there. I didn't really talk about the homes, but let me pull into another part of the community and actually talk about the homes themselves. I mean, I did give you some stuff, right? I talked about the foundation and all that, but let's drive into this one here. So what you're gonna find in this area, again, homes built in the mid '90s, but they're gonna have brick, brick facades. They're gonna have some hardy plank siding. They're not gonna be all encased in masonry work like a lot of other neighborhoods. Now, if you go to Stone Oak or you go a little bit further north, you're gonna find homes that are, two-story homes with brick and stone exterior, but you're also going to find a higher price point. That's just the way it works. Like, these homes are solid. Again, they've been around for a while. The thing I like most about them is that they're just mature, right? It's a mature neighborhood. The neighborhood is established. People know each other. They keep up with their lawns, and look at that, a trash can. It always seems like when I do these videos, it's trash day. So I'm sorry. That was one trash can. I haven't seen any others, but yeah. So that's what you're looking at. And let's say that you want to move into a neighborhood like this, but you don't want to buy a home. You want to rent. Well, on the low end, you're looking at about $2,500, maybe $2,700, and on the high end, you're looking at about $3,700 a month to rent a home in this neighborhood. Which, I mean, to me personally, I would rather spend that money on a mortgage, but it just depends on your circumstance, whether you're going to be here for a couple of years or it's just temporary. Like, there's all kinds of scenarios, but that's why it's important for you to call me. Like, hey, Jesse, like, I don't just show homes, right? I don't just sell homes. What I do is I strategize and I help my clients make a winning decision. If you're going to be here for only 2 or 3 years, we figure out how we can maximize your ROI, your return on your investment, and make sure that you get the right home in the right location, et cetera, right? But you see, like I said, most of these homes, they do have some brick or some stonework. They have some hardy plank siding. Some of it is actually wood. So, and this home right here we just passed up, that has vinyl siding. But you're gonna find that these homes are, again, they're solid. They're uh, they're built on really solid ground, so you're not gonna have any, shouldn't have any issues with them. So let's go turn into this part of the neighborhood, and you're gonna find that most of these are gonna be kind of the same. These are a little bit newer, you can tell right off the bat. You Some of these homes, the good thing about moving into a neighborhood like this is that if you find a home that has been remodeled and it's older but it's remodeled, so it has new fixtures, new paint, and all that, it's going to be a win-win. For, again, like 330,000, that's insane. Like, these are a good deal. And, like, look at the neighborhood. It's very quiet. I mean, the way I judge a neighborhood is I look at the driveways. What's in the driveway, how many cars are in that house, are they keeping up their lawn, and all that stuff. One of the good things about HOAs is that they keep people from doing crazy things, right? And I know a lot of people call me and say, hey, Jesse, I want a home but no HOA. So when you tell me that, basically what you're saying is you want an older neighborhood, because HOAs are in all the neighborhoods now, the newer neighborhoods. So that means that you would want an older neighborhood, but those older neighborhoods are established like this, and the price points are a lot higher. I'm dumbfounded that this is not a higher price point, because look at these lawns. Like, these are probably, we're looking at now $500,000-$600,000 homes. That home right there has a nice pool in the back. That might be a $700,000 home. Bigger yards, so you can see just from one neighborhood to the other, just crossing the street, now you have a totally different feel in this neighborhood. Still mature trees, but bigger lots. More privacy. The homes aren't as close to each other. Like, there's a good 80 feet between those homes right there. A typical home in a new build community, you're gonna have like 10 feet. Like, that's not for me. If it's for you, that's great, but it's not for me. I like these neighborhoods right here that are a lot bigger, a lot more, going for them. Okay, and then the next thing that people ask is always schools. Like, Jesse, we need to be in a great school. And this is it. Like, this is, and I know I've said this in other videos, but this is really it. So the elementary school is Encino Park Elementary, and niche.com rated it an A. So it's got an A rating. That's part of the Northeast Independent School District. And the middle school is Tejeda Middle School, and that one is also rated an A. And then the high school is Johnson High School, and that one is rated an A plus. Yeah, A plus or A minus. I'll put in the comment, or I'll put it down here, but I think it's A plus. So for all three schools to have an A rating, you have these nice yards, big homes, and the price point. I know it's a big swing between 330 and 795, but what we're looking at right now is definitely in the higher end because of the yards. We just saw a couple homes that were closer to each other. These are not as close to each other, so the lots are bigger. So that's kind of what you're going to find here. And if you notice also, these homes, most of them are fully encased in masonry work, either brick or rock. And I saw a couple homes that we drove by that had a slate roofs, so that's pretty cool. These right here that we're in right now, these are just composition shingles, but still you can tell like the quality is a higher quality. The neighborhood is a bigger yards, bigger homes, so these are definitely in the higher end of the neighborhood or the price point. So if you're moving to San Antonio, let me know what are your thoughts. What interests you, what scares you about moving to a new city. I had a client, and she's probably watching. She wanted to move here to San Antonio from Korea, and her husband called me this week and it was like, hey Jesse, we're not going to move to Texas, it's too big. And it is big, right? But there's just so many little pockets that you can move into that feel country, like this right here, and the amenities are so close to the neighborhood that you don't have to worry. Oh wow, like look, I didn't even realize this, but check this out. So in this neighborhood there's cattle right next to it. You see that? Look at those, man, those are big cows. Like, you never realize how big cows are until you're like right next to them. Don't they look beefy? No, no pun intended. Beefy. Yeah, there's cows right there. So this home right here, or this yard, they got it covered with these sticks, right, for fence. But that's why. Wow, what do you know, right? Like, we just saw cows in the middle. So if you want to not grow cows, if you want to raise cattle, move into this neighborhood. You just never know what you're going to find, right? And that's a big lot. So that just goes to show, I mean, these homes are built in the mid-90s. There's still cattle here. So it's just amazing that they've still kept that cattle, even though there's homes right next to it. But as I was saying, like, what interests you? What scares you? What are your questions? What are your concerns? Do me a favor. There's a QR code right here, or here. I never know where it's at. There's a QR code. Pause the TV, snap a photo of it, get on the website and schedule a call with me. If you don't want to deal with that, then my phone number is right here, my contact information. Call me, text me, send me a smoke signal. It doesn't matter. I'll definitely get back to you. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and we're going to travel to a couple more areas. That was a nice area because those are a lot bigger homes. I like those. And we're just going to go to see a couple more communities so we can show you those homes and see what you can see. Then I'm going to take a drive down 281 so you can actually see the amenities and the shopping. So talking about amenities and shopping, Encino Park itself does not have a big shopping area, but like I mentioned, we're just down the street or across the street from Stone Oak. So Stone Oak does have the shopping. If you watch my video before, you'll see here's the elementary school. Here's Encino Park Elementary School. Again, A rated by niche.com. So if you have a kindergartner to fifth grader, this is going to be the school that they go to. Great programs, great, reviews. Sorry about that. My phone, I should have silenced it, which I will do now. Yeah, so that'll be the school that you go to, or they go to. Going back to amenities, Stone Oak has, and it's all along Highway 281. You have all the shopping, you have restaurants, you have theaters, you have, grocery stores. The grocery store that you'll be going to if you live in this area is going to be HEB, which is on 281. If you don't know anything about HEB, yeah, you got to learn, because HEB is like the best store ever. Actually, you know what? We're just right down the street where I wanted to show you, but I'm gonna have to take a right turn and then I'll double back. But all the shopping is this direction. We'll double back right now and show you. So this is Evans Road, which is on the further north, the north part of Encino Park. So we're gonna turn around and show you all the shopping and amenities that are right nearby. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go over here, because guess what? Here's the middle school. We're gonna check out the middle school. So if your child is middle school age, this is Tejeda Middle School, again rated A. As you can tell, we just came out of the neighborhood, and bam, here it is. Here's the school. Got to wait for traffic. Another great thing about this area, if you could see from my video, it's a start of the hill country. So a lot of these homes are on hills, and you got gorgeous views. So if you like views and you don't mind paying a premium for those views, then this is going to be a good area for you to move into. So this is Tejeda Middle School right here. If your child is middle school age, this is where they're going to go to school. Again, great schools. Look up niche.com, whether you're moving to this neighborhood or whatever neighborhood you're moving to, and look up the ratings. They give you ratings for all the schools, public and private. Speaking of private schools, the San Antonio Christian Academy is on the kind of in the middle area of this neighborhood. So if you want to send your child to a Christian school or a private school, that's where you can send them, at the San Antonio Christian School. All right, so we're headed back towards 281 to show you the amenities, the shopping and all that that you'll have at your disposal. Again, this is on the western part of the neighborhood. So when you come out towards 281, you're gonna find everything you need. Like there's, again, restaurants, there's all kinds of boutiques and shopping and all that good stuff. So if you like spending money, this is gonna be a good fit for you. And it's just right outside the neighborhood. There's the public library right there. It's Encino branch. If you're a bookworm and you want to read, you want to come out to the library, that's a good place to go. But look right here, I'm going to show you, we're starting to come into all the commercial areas. Which, speaking of commercial, right? So this is a commercial area. Obviously you have an array of things that you can buy. You can go shopping, go eating. There's a dental place right there. And as far as the neighborhood is concerned, in Encino Park, the percentage of people that own homes there it's about 75%. So 3/4 of the people that live in Encino Park, which is about 4,400 homes, 75% of those are owner occupied. 25% are rentals. So to kind of give you an idea, if you want to live in there, but you don't want to buy a house, that's a possibility. But that's kind of the general makeup of the neighborhood, which is a pretty good balance. That just goes to show that, people care about the neighborhood. They're taking care of it. That's what you get when you get a majority of homeowners that own or that occupy the homes. So that's a good thing. All right, this is 281 right in front of us. We're making a turn north, and here you're gonna see, like, this is all the shopping stuff that you can see here. Like, you got, you have banks, you have gyms, you have a tailor, dentist, like it's everything you need, right? Jack in the Box, there's a Federal Credit Union. Like, it doesn't matter what you need, you're gonna find it here. And think about it, right? Like, look at all this commercial space. And when I was walking through the neighborhood, it like was really tranquil, right? When I turn around, I'm going to show you some of the apartment complexes that are around here. So if you want to live in this area, but you want to live in an apartment, then you have those options too. They're not exactly in Encino Park, but they're in Stone Oak, and you'll be able to see those. I mean, they're humongous. They really are. I was talking about walkability, right? The one thing that you are kind of car dependent if you want to go to any other part of San Antonio, but we do have the Via Transit station, which is Via is our public transportation, and they have a transit station here. It drops you off on the other side of 281, but from there you're gonna have to walk. But what a lot of people used to do when there was a lot of construction is they would jump on the bus and they would take the bus downtown, so they didn't have to drive through the traffic. So they just sat in the bus, enjoyed themselves. Another place I'm going to take you to, I know I'm showing you all the commercial stuff, but one of the biggest attractions, or a point of interest, if you would, that's by here is the JW Marriott. So if you like, it's a resort. If you like to hang out in resorts, and one of the things that my wife and I do is we'll come out here for the day, and they'll give you a pass for the day to go to, to the swimming pool, the swimming area. So you could do that. They also have a really good tasting of tequila. So they'll educate you on tequilas, the different kinds, and you drink a flight of tequilas. They have fine dining in there. If you're a golf buff, this area of town is Golf Central. So you have TPC San Antonio in the JW Marriott. And before I keep going on about that, right here on top of the hill, this right here is Johnson High School. So you know what? We're going to drive in there so you can see it. But yeah, you have like about 4 golf courses within, a mile from here. So if you like golfing, maybe you even want to buy a home on the golf course, that would be Stone Oak. So Stone Oak has 2 golf courses, actually 3, and no, 2. And you can buy a golf home or a golf course home there in that area. So if that's what you're looking for, let me know. I can definitely put you in the right direction. So we're turning in here to Johnson High School. Again, Johnson High School is A+ rated. They have really great programs. You can do like dual credit courses. This is just the best, right? The best of the best. There's not a lot of A+ schools in San Antonio, high schools. And I know that's important, especially if you have a high school aged kid. You want them to get the best education because you know what? They're off to college. So Johnson High School is definitely a good high school for them to go to. You're definitely setting your child up for success if you bring them to this or any other A+ high school, which there are some in San Antonio. Unfortunately, they're not all A+. So this is Johnson High School. That little girl's all smiling. All right, so this is Johnson High School. Now we're gonna head over to JW Marriott because I gotta show you that. Like, if you've never seen it, you've never been there, it's a great place. I've gone golfing there. I've gone, like I said, with my wife, and we go swimming. We'll rent a cabana for the day and stay there. It's just a really nice place. And look at those homes. I mean, there's just so many homes out here in this area. Again, we kind of veered off Encino Park for a minute, but just to show you these amenities, because I want to drive there and show you, because it's better than just telling you about it, right? And then you get to see what the roads are like. You get to see what the traffic is like. It gives you a real good sense. So if you're moving to San Antonio, I know I've said it already earlier in the video, but do me a favor, get a hold of me. Like, I'd love to help you. I'd love to be that person that helps you relocate to San Antonio. And if you want to, I will give you the phone numbers to previous clients, and they're going to tell you, like, it's a concierge service. Like, I do these similar videos when we're looking at homes and you want to buy a home. I would do a video similar to this, but of that home, right? And when I show you the home, I show you everything. Like, I tell you, what I think. I tell you what my opinion is on it, the neighborhood and all that stuff. And then it's up to you to make a decision. But I don't hold anything back. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I'm like extremely honest. And really, as a real estate agent, my responsibility is to you, and I make sure that you get all the information you need to make a great decision. That way you don't come in from out of town and go, oh my God, I bought a horrible house, right? That is not my goal. Having been in the military, having relocated a bunch of times myself, I really think it's the way to go, because again, I give you all the information, zero pressure, and that's what it's like whenever you do a consultation. So if you haven't already done so, pause your TV, pause the video, take a screenshot of the QR code. I'm gonna have to learn where it's at one day, and that way you can schedule an appointment so we can get on Zoom, meet each other, talk about your lifestyle and what it is that you want out of life. So we're headed into Cibolo Canyons, which is a subdivision right where the JW Marriott is. This is not Encino Park, but I just want you to see, where we're headed and what it looks like. But I do want to show you the JW because it's really nice. I'll do another video later of Cibolo Canyons. But the thing about Cibolo Canyons is different price point, different feel, and the majority of the homes here are behind gated communities. And if that's something that you want, this is definitely one of the places that I would live, in a gated community, because they don't let anybody in if you don't have any business there. Homes here range into the millions. As you can imagine, they're overlooking the JW Marriott, a golf course, and all that good stuff. And they have really great communities. So again, this is not Encino Park, just driving through it so I can show you the JW Marriott. All right, so we're here in Cibolo Canyons, driving through, and the JW Marriott. We're gonna make a left here right now towards it. Like I mentioned before, like there's some really nice things that you could do there. It is a resort, so you can go swimming there. You can play golf if golf is your thing. But yeah, we're gonna take a drive in here so you can see it. If you like golfing, this is a TPC, so a Tournament Players Club. I went golfing there with a buddy of mine, two friends of mine, and the course is awesome. Like, I'm not a professional. I lose a lot of balls when I golf, but it was fun losing all the balls. And then maybe I'll do another video of Cibolo Canyons, which is a neighborhood we're driving through. And the only reason I'm coming here to show you is because this is like one of the amenities that is really nearby. So you can come out here and, spend the day with the family, have fun, play golf. And other things that you can see or that are close to here that we talked about was New Braunfels and also Boerne. Those are two little German towns on the outskirts, outskirts of San Antonio, that you can go visit, and there's a lot of stuff to do there as well. Let me see. Go straight here. doing some construction. But here we're driving up to the actual resort. You see the golf course over there. Really good greens. They really take care of it. They have PGA tournaments here, actually. I don't know if I mentioned that already. All right, so that was the JW Marriott. Then they have like really nice golf courses. I mean, the little lazy river, the pool. You can rent a cabana. It's pretty cool. So if you get a chance to come out to San Antonio, or when you move to San Antonio, this is something that you definitely need to go and do, is come to the JW Marriott and spend the day, spend the weekend, you know, get a room and just hang out right here, because you're gonna be able to do all kinds of stuff. So just minutes from Encino Park. It's a pretty cool place to go. Construction. There's always construction in San Antonio. All right, so let's head back to the neighborhood and talk a little bit more about it. All right, so next we're gonna head over to Gold Canyon Park, which is one of the parks in the neighborhood. Again, if you're an outdoorsy person, or you know you have a child you want to take on a stroller, go for a walk, go for a run. Most of the parks here in this side of town are gonna be that way, where you can go out and they preserve some of the nature in order to make these trails and these parks. So one thing that I will caution you on, that I talk about, is that it is hot. So today is not as hot right now, but right now it's 88 degrees, but it's been getting up to the 100-degree weather. I think we're already, I want to say, I watched the news and we already hit 100-degree weather for, I think it was 9 days or 10 days. So it does get kind of hot. If you don't like the heat, you're gonna definitely have to go to a resort like this, or to a water park, or even a splash pad in a neighborhood. There's all of those all around San Antonio. But what do you call it? There's ways to cool down. So there's good news. You don't have to worry about, you know, catching yourself into flames because it's so hot here. But it is hot, so not gonna lie. So we're here at Gold Canyon Park, which is right in the neighborhood. And if you lived in the Encino Park area, or you know, the Redland area, this is where you can come out here. As you can tell, there's a pathway. So if you have strollers, or maybe you have a walker or a wheelchair, anything like that, it's not going to keep you from enjoying the nature that you see out here. There's trails that you can come out here and walk. You can sit down on one of these nice rocks and read a book and just chill, right? So that's some of the things that you can find when you're here at the park. And also, just so you know, that they are pet friendly. So people come out here, walk their dogs, as long as they're on a leash, they're good to go. And then there's also a porta-john, so you have to go to the bathroom. I don't know if you want to go to the porta-john, but it's going to be there. It's going to be available. So overall, this area of town, I like it because there's so many things that are close by, so many amenities, restaurants, the schools are top notch, the homes are decently priced, and you know, you can come out here and enjoy the outdoors. Like, you don't even need a big yard, because check this out, like, we're in nature right now. But we're just, you know, a couple hundred feet away from Loop 1604 and US Highway 281. So if you're thinking about moving to San Antonio and this area interests you, that's awesome. Do me a favor, give me a call, set up an appointment. I'd love to talk to you and help you on your move to San Antonio. If this is not the area that you want to live in, I totally understand. But there's so many more things in San Antonio that, you know, San Antonio has to offer, so many great neighborhoods. So do me a favor, call me, text me, send me a smoke signal. In the meantime, check out the rest of these videos, and thank you again for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.